Yeah.
Okay, all right, before we begin the meeting, we'd just like to let everyone know that this is being recorded and it could be for at a later date. Okay, all yours.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Community Board 13 Transportation Committee meeting. We have a long agenda today, so be prepared. And we would want to start with a street naming.
Yes. So the first one, the Chabad is not here right now. They'll be here shortly. Number two is Anne Marie Riza Way. Okay.
The family is here.
The family's here? Okay. Well, we went over the what do you call it? The
Reviewed the
description. And you guys have any questions?
We read the packet, but for the public.
Yeah, they can hear. You can hear. They can hear. It's good.
Hallway Avenue. I went to school here, yes. Mother was part of most Russian choir. She helped bring the B-64 back alongside Assembly Deployment Colton. They took it out of service in 2010. They successfully brought it back to the neighborhood. She was very involved. Sadly passed away in COVID-19. She also died of disease prior to that. And I thought it would just be some things from that item memorialized.
Okay, so we read the application. There's a few supporters for application, including Sunderland Children and Bethlehem Church and various people from the community. If anyone in the committee read the application have questions, would you like to post them? Milagros, do you have any questions about this application, Martin? Angela? Anybody from the
Anybody from the Zoom? Okay.
Could you repeat that? I can't hear that, what you said.
Okay. If you could repeat because they couldn't hear you.
There's no sound.
No sound.
No sound.
Can you hear me?
Speak over there.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I don't think anybody can
I
hear
hear
me.
you. I just heard him.
I
No,
just,
we
yeah,
can
I
hear.
just heard him. Yeah, I
Okay,
just heard
all
him.
right. This is delay. All right, go ahead.
Does she need to use this?
No, it's the same. It's connected.
No sound.
Nothing now.
No sound.
We can't hear him. We can hear you, Eddie, but we cannot hear
Yeah,
him.
okay. Then you gotta come over here. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Switch it on. Sorry about it, Anthony. Yes, this is a hot seat. That's a hot seat. Okay.
Pretty much, my mother was the crossing guard on Bay 49th and Harway for 30 years. I was born and raised in the neighborhood. She's been in the neighborhood pretty much her whole life. My grandparents, I went to the school here. She was very heavily involved with Most Precious Blood. She helped organize things in the neighborhood. She helped bring back the B-64 to Harway Avenue with William Colton back in 2010. She was a very big part of the neighborhood, and I just thought it would be nice to remember her by naming the corner that she worked on for 30 years after her.
Okay, is there any questions from the Zoom people?
Yes, I would like to know what she was working on, your mother.
She helped store the B-64 bus route to Harway Avenue. When it went out of service in 2010, she worked alongside Assemblyman William Colton. She was part of the PTA at PS212. She helped organize events for Most Precious Blood. She was also recognized by a bunch of city council members. In 2019, She was presented the certificate of appreciation, 6-0. She was also awarded for more than 20 years of service.
As a police
That
department.
was actually from the police department and Peter DePazio.
The fire department.
Yeah.
I have the letter of recommendations from the deputy inspector from the 6-0. I have a letter also from William Colton in support of this. Because she worked alongside him to help get the bus route back to the neighborhood. I mean, there's countless awards that she was recognized for in the neighborhood. And,
Thank you,
I just thought
thank
this
you,
would be a very nice thing to do.
thank you.
So should we get a motion?
Yeah, if anyone want to make a motion, there's only 4 people here, so. We should,
Yes, I would like to make a motion to pass this street renaming.
okay, anyone want a second?
Renaming.
Approve the application.
Approve the application for street renaming.
Anybody want to second that?
Okay, all right, so, run down, Barbara, you want to run down?
We have a quorum, right?
Yes, yeah, Cor.
Lolita Devilova,
Yes.
Angela Kravchenko,
Yes,
Barbara Garvell.
No, she's not here.
I know. You got a full name?
Okay.
Okay. Maxim Ibadov. Jacqueline Johnson, Nadra Piramidova, Milagros Quillis.
Yes. Okay, the motion passed the committee, so now it's gonna go to the full board, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the full board will be on October the 22nd on a Wednesday at 7 PM at South Brooklyn Health.
It's
Okay,
nice if you could come.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
case if there's any questions. or-
No, I would definitely be there.
Okay, thank you for
Right,
coming.
thank you.
You want me to back?
No, you don't have to stay. Everything's finished.
Somebody would have to speak.
No, he's finished right now.
Yeah,
yeah.
no, yeah, you don't have to stay.
That's it. Okay, all right,
So
that's it. Everything's good for you.
Okay.
All right, all right, so the next one. I guess we're going back to number 1. All right, so going back to number 1, yes, Shabbat.
So we got application for, naming, the street, which street are these?
Brian Ford.
Pride and Force, Shabbat, in honor of Shabbat Ocean New Jersey Center. Would you like to present, your application?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
So
You can speak here.
our center was originally founded in 1933. And in 1970, the rabbi at the time, Rabbi Filler, had passed away, and the board directors of the organization approached the Grand Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe Schneerson, and asked if they can send a replacement. They were looking for a rabbi. And the Rebbe inquired about a few details, and the Rebbe sent his personal secretary. Rabbi Schneerson had 4 secretaries at the time of his passing in 1994, and one of them was Rabbi Solomon Simpson of blessed memory, who lived in Brighton Beach on Brighton 6th Street and transformed the neighborhood at the time and established the first Chabad center in Brighton Beach. So this was the first Chabad synagogue known as the Synagogue of Brighton. 4th Street, very, very prominent, was the first synagogue in the neighborhood that welcomed Russian immigrants and was built by Holocaust survivors. And it's a very, very special place, and it has a lot of meaning to a lot of people. Many people tell me how they were married when they first came from Soviet Union. They were married in the center, and they had a special connection with the rabbi. And this would be a very big privilege for the memory of Rabbi Simpson to preserve his lasting legacy. Rabbi Simpson didn't wish to have any personal honor or personal attention. And certainly this would be a big tribute to him, that his legacy will live on here on the synagogue, on the street that he dedicated 49 years of his life, nearly a half a century. And we thank you for considering, and we thank the council member, Ina Vernica, for her support and making this happen, and Eddie.
Yep.
Thank you. To the entire board, thank you, patient committee. Thank you very much.
So we read the application, there is a support from the councilwoman who stated, and the synagogue or the temple is recognized in the community. For what I understand, you're doing a lot of community outreach, you're doing some service for the community. So if anybody have any questions from the committee about this?
I have a question. I see that there's a lot of streets, which is awesome. Is there a specific anniversary you want this for, or just want this to?
Should we say look through the calendar now to?
Oh, no, no,
I was just curious if there's
So-
specific.
So we can, maybe it would be, let's say, before Hanukkah time, would be a symbolic time, if that's, was actually in January, the original corporation was established, I think, January of 1933, January, someday in January, I don't remember the exact day. So December, January would fit in perfectly to that milestone anniversary.
It has to go through the full board
Yeah.
and then to city council. And then when they vote on it, and then after that will be established the date, maybe we'll discuss whatever
Sure.
references. So it doesn't fall on any holidays.
Sure.
We can-
I just want to point out to the committee that we operate a full-time food pantry from that
I
center.
was about to ask,
And that we service all denominations and all segments of the community, regardless of race, color, or creed. And everybody's welcome, and everybody knows that they get service with the heart and service with a smile. So we hope to be able to continue and to preserve this great sacred place.
Thank you.
anybody from the Zoom?
It's gonna be the name of the organization, or it's gonna be any particular person's name?
It's gonna be organization. According to application is an organization.
Yeah.
I just want to remind everyone that we're not renaming the street. Streets remain the same. We co-name. Will be just a name added to the street.
There'll be street and under it will be the co-name. It's streets, stays the same on the map. It's gonna be co-naming of the street.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes.
I just want to thank you for the work you're doing for the community. I know very well this synagogue. I am your neighbor, and we're very pleased that you revived it, because at one point it was going down. We're very pleased, and thank you so much for the work again.
Thank you.
So since there's no questions anymore,
Yeah.
question?
Yeah, well, actually, may I speak in favor of the application?
Sure.
Okay, hi, I'm Craig Hammerman, Brighton Beach resident, neighbor of James here. I just wanted to say that, how much I personally appreciate, and I know my neighbors do as well, the ecumenical nature of this institution. And I want to point out, in particular, the holiday lighting of the menorah that you do on Neptune and West Fifth Street. It's such an important opportunity to help demystify and educate the rest of the world about what Judaism is, and bringing that light into the world is something that I applaud you for, and it's something that we should always celebrate. So with that, I would like to speak in favor of the application and hope that the committee votes to adopt this co-naming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sam.
And also, I want to thank you for what you're doing for rural.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Make a motion.
make a motion? Anybody wants to, Angela?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to proceed with the proposed Coast Street renaming to Shabbat Brighton Beach.
You gonna say?
Second, Milagro second? Let's vote.
Right.
Lolita,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
Maxim,
Yes.
and Milagros.
Motion passed, so we're gonna vote on the full board, be nice if you present it and speak more about what you're doing for the community. hopefully everything will go fine. So, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Rabbi will submit this once that's when votes. It is to the council. And they won't discuss it until probably late April. And they'll vote on it around May or June. And then you can discuss with the councilman when you would like it. Once the council votes, there is a pretty much a give and take on when you would like it and. You know, right.
Yeah, and then
To get
if
this
everything will be
done,
okay,
if
it's
you want.
available at morning for the schedule.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
And,
you.
I
Thank
just
you.
want to wish everyone a meaningful and meaningful Yom Kippur. And everyone should be blessed with a happy, healthy year for and everyone in all aspects of their life, because it's not just symbolic for the Jewish nation, but it's also symbolic for all mankind, where we pray for the safety and security and stability of the entire universe. So I want to wish everyone a Shana Tova Umetuka. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we have the.
The last one, yes. All right, the next
Brandon.
applicant, Brandon, J. Harris Fleming Way. Oh, okay. Okay, that's it. Mhm.
So you are Miss Denise Harris, mom of the late Mr. Brandon J. Harris.
Yes.
Could you please explain why you think that you would like to name the street?
Brandon, actually, my family is like maybe fourth, fifth, sixth generation of Coney Island. My father went to 188. I did, so did Brandon. And he's very liked and well known in the neighborhood. He also attended Marilyn Jones Head Start, and there as a young child there, they noticed his humanitarian ways, which he always liked helping people and serving people. He had a love for sports, and he was on Mr. Knight's football team. He was on the Flames. He was in Grady, and he mentored a lot of kids in the neighborhood to do good and have an education and not, go to crime or drugs. And that's the way he lived his life. He also served seniors. He helped out with the Sandy. And he helped people in the community. They looked up to him, and they looked at, he was like a mentor to people in the community. He was affiliated with the good guys out here. And he also worked in the community for many, many years. He worked at Pathmark. He worked at Asherland. He built himself up to a superintendent with New York City Housing. And he started off alone, then he worked his way up, and he was just very help people in the community. And on his job, not only that, the seniors, he really, when he wasn't even working, it was a lady, she had his number, and there was some birds in the apartment next door, and he went to help her. There was people in my building where he came. The girl couldn't get to the airport, so he took him, and the mother said, "Oh, well, he was a lifesaver. He didn't even charge us nothing." And he was very known and well liked in the community, and he helped people. And he was a young man, 35 years old, and he did a lot of things. He accomplished a lot of things, and he was in the line of service when he died. He died from COVID out of the clear blue. It was just like he was very healthy, and it was just like it was more that I know he could do for the community and for himself, and it was just all snatched away in a second. And
We're very sorry for your loss.
Right.
It's very unfortunate that such a young person died. The only thing I just want to ask you, you mentioned that he's essential worker, so that would be, his position was superintendent.
Yes.
In a NYCHA housing.
And not
Correct?
just
In NYCHA housing.
housing, and he always came back to this community to work, and when he passed, he was on his way to work here to Coney Island.
You also, yeah, so that's why you you put on application, died while engaging heroic act because he was on the way to
He
work.
was, yeah, and with the guidelines in NYCHA, you know, he was on his way to work because he died of COVID and they considered it accidentally death.
The only part of application, maybe you want to change it. It says that here that if he worked in the community more than 5 years, but he obviously with your explanation, he worked in community much more than 5
Right,
years.
yeah,
But you
yeah,
mentioned
right,
no
that's
in the
true.
application, maybe we should change that, right?
If you
Yeah,
did,
just to make sure that the
Yeah.
application is
Yeah,
complete.
more than 5 years, because he said he works for there. Astro, when it was Astroland, he worked in Halfmark. He worked for NYCHA for both 13, 14 years.
And also the coach from the sport team mentioned that, you know, he was
Yes.
working with the kids.
Post night, yes, he worked with the kids. He, you know, and all everybody in the tenant association, people knew him because he had to go to certain meetings. You know, he was very well known, very well liked, and he tried to mentor other people in the community and anywhere all over, but especially Coney Island.
This particular corner you chose because he was working on close to that, just to make
Because
sure.
you know, well, actually, I'm not gonna say we all from well, I'm from all over here, Coney Island. But where it was 35th Street and Surf Avenue, because that's where he actually grew up, and a lot of people knew him there.
Okay.
And he did a lot of service, especially doing sanding and stuff, and helping people get to Brighton Beach and helping with food.
We just
distributing
asking
food.
these questions so people on the panel understand.
And yes.
And, you know, so we know that everything is clear and so we can put it for the wall. Okay. So anybody from the committee have any questions in regards to this application?
I have a question, just like. Her sister passed away a couple of years ago, so I understand what it's like for a child. I also understand that sometimes there is this sense of, it's not guilt, it's like, oh, they passed away young, so they could have achieved so much more. So for you, for pushing for his legacy to live on, for his name to live on, and you know, maybe younger kids like him growing up will see his name and they'll be curious, oh, who is that person in on the corner, and then they will inspire them to serve their community. So it's really great work that you're doing, and I think that he will be very proud of you.
He has a twin brother, that was his twin. He's also a superintendent for NYCHA too, so.
Very well said. So with that, anybody from the Zoom have any questions in regards to this application?
See anybody?
Anybody from the people who come to support have anything to say?
I do, I know him. I know his grandparents, we all from Coney Island, my grandfather's street name, I went through the same, on West 25th Street, Reverend Sylvester McKinney. And I knew, his grandmother, me and his mother's sister, we grew up together. Matter of fact, our children, I was just talking to my daughter, our children is 55 years old, and their birthdays are a day apart. And I was told I was coming here to support me. See, I knew her all my life before she even had the twins. And they're very respectful, both her sons, work for housing, where in my development, Cary Garden. Matter of fact, they had just started in my development as a supervisor. And I was so proud of him because he worked his way up. To be a young guy in the community, was especially a Black boy in this community, so many things going on with the drugs. And I just thank God, and I continue to pray for him, for them both to go on and they like to work in the community. Because a lot of times they get jobs and they move away out of the community. That I thank God that they stayed in the community to help other young people. So the young kids can see it through the basketball, through baseball, any sports, to support them and whatnot. And it's good when you stay in your community. And like me, I've been here all my life. My family was here 100 years, the day that they named the street after my grandfather. I knew her mother, her father, Flennard. I knew her family and everything. So I just came to support her.
Thank you.
So I mean, I didn't lose a child, but you know, I just knew all of it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Great. Yes. Yeah, great. They was like this. So one, you sort of,
I don't know if the Zoom people can hear the family.
No, I don't think they're here. That's okay.
So we just heard the testimony from the family and friends supporting this application. Unfortunately, the people on Zoom cannot hear you, so I have to.
Oh, okay.
We're sorry that they cannot hear you, but I will just explain to people on Zoom that you came here all to support, including his twin brother, to support this application.
I heard him.
Everybody is.
I heard
You
it very
did?
well.
Okay.
Yes. I
I
heard
heard,
her.
I heard her too.
Yeah, and it brought
Right.
really tears
I
to
also
my
heard
eyes.
her.
Yeah, it brought
Okay.
tears to my
Excellent,
eyes.
excellent.
That person.
Okay, this is excellent.
There's only one thing, the corner that you want, which is 35th and Sir, is right by Ocean Drive. Do you want it there or do you want it near a NYCHA building? Just letting you know. Yeah, because right now,
There's a nicer building on the corner.
no, this is
No.
New York Southwest corner, which is Southwest corner is Ocean Drive, which is Katamatizi's building. That new building. Do you want it there?
I live over, not on their
Yeah,
side.
yeah, that's right. It's
No,
on.
not on their side.
You want it on the other side. That's what I'm
Outside.
saying. Yeah, yeah.
So we just have to mention.
You just mentioned that we don't want it on that side. Yeah, because that's I just
So,
north side. It has to be north side.
yeah.
Best
Yeah.
place possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now that we
Okay. Yeah.
treat that, would you like to,
Motion,
Make a
okay,
motion?
I'll make a motion to proceed with the proposed street co-naming 35th Street and Surf Avenue.
anybody suppose me? Okay, great, let's vote.
Do you
Wait.
remember me?
Okay,
We'll vote in-
Lolita,
Yes.
Angela,
Yes.
Maxim.
Yes.
And Milagros.
Yes. Motion passed, so we're gonna put it through the full board. It's nice if you come on the day on the
Okay,
general meeting.
let me know what day,
Because
let me know.
Yeah.
Next it'll be on the 22nd of October, which is Wednesday at 7 p.m. at South Brooklyn Health.
It's going on.
Coney Island.
Yeah. Second
I was born there, so it's always coming.
Okay.
Thank
Sure.
you, everybody, for coming.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you
Uh,
did.
Yeah.
Thank you. for
Thank you
coming.
so much.
Okay, Anthony, you're next. We're gonna name a street after you. It's fine. Sure. Yeah, we're gonna name a street after you now. Okay. All right, Anthony. We're switching hats now to the MTA issues. No, let them, no. Okay.
All right.
This is your.
Oh, I
Yeah.
brought it up. Well,
Oh, no, see, okay.
yeah, I,
Like to say to people who are watching on the Zoom, we prepared a few questions ahead of the meeting. We're pretty much discussing today all the issues that were discussed in the past. We're just having a follow-up. Mr. Anthony Drummond from MTA will have a follow-up for us for a few questions that we try to make it concise, not too many questions. Some questions that are still pending and they will be in the future, so we took them out. So we just only left the ones that are current.
Sure. Okay.
So let's go.
All right. Good evening, everyone. As mentioned, I'm Anthony Drummond, Assistant Director of Government and Community Relations for New York City Transit, and I cover all of Brooklyn. So you can just put me as the Brooklyn rep on transit. So, as Lolita mentioned, I am, there are some questions or points that were highlighted, so I'm just gonna go through each one that she, pointed out and just touch on it a bit. And then, of course, as the co-chairs want, I can be happy to take as many questions as you guys have. So the first one, overcoding project for 2024-2025 review. So I'm assuming, just for clarity, we're speaking about the F. All right.
Yeah.
So the F line is currently having an overcoat paint where they're redoing the painting and structural seal of the F on the West 8th part over near the DMV and across from Trump Village, that corridor area there. So as you guys know, that project has been going on for quite some time. And still going on. I actually, before heading out to come here for the meeting, I received a call from the project manager for that site. Because I was hearing, and through Eddie and a few others, that there's been talk that this is going to go until next year. So the issue right now with the project is that there has been some scheduled delays with our painters. Because we have two contractors that are on the site, one of which is Commodore.
Yes.
And
Don't you know that?
We know.
Yeah.
Very well.
now we're quite aware too with them. So
Yes.
that has the project was actually supposed to be finishing up this company. Well, we're start October next month.
Yeah.
And that was for a 6-week period. So there will be some delays. I haven't got a firm timeline of how long that's going to be extended to. But the project team and the PCO, which is the project coordinator officer for the entire project, and I are supposed to have a call tomorrow. So I will share more definitive scheduling and information with the board and the community as that comes. But it is on track to finish by the end of the year. So, unless I hear something otherwise. So I'll pause there and happy to take questions if you like on that. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
For what I understand on the segment that they, right now, they put like the tour. I saw like some signs with the tour, it's close to West Sixth.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, that segment of the street is closed, looks like there's no cars and
Correct.
everything is clean.
Correct.
So it would be a very good opportunity for the MTA to
Mhm.
come back to that segment of the street, which is normally desolated, and there are a lot of holes and potholes, and
Mhm.
also the catch basins are not working properly, they will not clean, so the garbages get stuck in there. So normally it's very difficult to clean that area because
Sure.
all these cars are standing on both sides.
Sure.
So it'd be nice if along that pathway, because I know when you do overcoating, you put that metal, I don't know, like a
Yeah, there's a
bottom.
lot of metal sheeting
Yeah,
underneath, so
it would
none
be
of
nice
that.
if you put lighting on it, because that alley is very, very much, not maybe on that, maybe close to that, I don't know how engineering wise it could be done, but it could be done, right? I don't know, and I'm not an engineer.
Because they do this along down Avenue, and they did it on
Yeah.
the M line as well, because when the regular light poles, DOT and MTA were working together to make sure a lighting, because some blocks you have cameras, they have to adjust the camera,
Mhm.
so with all the drag racing, you have to be really careful. This was brought up last time.
So if,
Oh,
if,
yeah.
if the lighting
Okay.
could be put on, so the alley is more lighted, and if they could, I know it's additional funding, but since it's already clean and clear of all the obstacles on the way, it would be nice at that time to patch up a little bit those potholes, and if DEP or whatever, if you could conjunction with DEP to clean up those catch basins, because they always catch a lot of water and puddles there, unbelievably deep.
Okay.
So if you could do all that while they doing the coating, that would be great, because it's a good opportunity to do that.
Right. Okay. I can definitely take that back to the project team. The lighting is actually a good one. I can definitely see on that. Now, to address in terms of the cleaning and the patching up, because I know we'll work on to maintain and clean, because that's obviously a big thing. We want to make sure
Yeah.
that it's sanitary along that corridor. Any repaving or patching up, probably, I'll be honest, won't be done till that project is completely
No, I
done.
understand, but
Right.
along the way,
Right.
once they close to completion, it would be nice to do it before they open it up again for the cars and things of that nature. And again, it's a wish list, maybe. I'm sorry that I have to bring it up. You gotta ask.
Yeah.
People say no always, right? But we hope you say yes. So at some point, because there is no curve, there's no really like curb because it's like street and people are passing like in the middle.
Like a walkway.
Yeah, walkway.
We're doing
So,
sidewalk.
so there is a
Mm.
sidewalk that was done by Councilman Deutsch at some point. That was done
The beginning.
just the beginning, it's like a little pass, so people could actually using it to pass.
Mm.
So if that could be, I know it's a lot of money, but maybe if you present it to right people, to write elected officials and
Mhm.
stuff, maybe they will just donate some money to continue that sidewalk, so people could just walk there. Because right now it's only cars and people walk right in the middle. And there's also kids, a lot of kids coming from school right now. They're coming from local schools and it's a safety issue.
Yeah.
And also elderly people.
Elderly, disability.
I know that Rhonda, she was here, mentioned that it's not a map street. And because it's not a map street, it's not a sidewalk, and because that, I know, yeah, that's right, it's MTA, it is MTA. Yes, I know. So the MTA now would take responsibility and just make it paid for a sidewalk. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be map street, but it could be
But at least
underneath.
a solution, like
Yeah.
a Band-Aid, solution, but people
Yeah.
at least on one way could pass. Because I think that historically, that was a sidewalk, but it was given to different developments back forth, and right now, it's a very small street. We spoke to transportation
Mhm,
people,
mhm.
and they say it's very hard to make it a street, at least two-way street, but at least there'll be a continuation of that walkway, which people using right now, and that problem with the holes and things will be avoided because people will have clear walkway.
We also heard that on West Sixth Street, they're opening up the new stores. The new tenants are moving in October. So the question is, when you guys are putting the overhang underneath the subway stations to do the painting, I don't know if it would interfere with them opening up their stores. So hopefully they'll
should be.
contacted them. Because the flow of traffic won't be there. That's the whole thing. Because usually they would go up that block. Now that block's gonna be blocked off because of the painting. I don't know if they should push off their opening date, but
When are they supposed to open?
October 1st, tomorrow. Tomorrow it's supposed to be.
The trains cancellation on the weekend, are they caused because of work? Is that the work schedule and refinishing caused the train cancellations on the weekend? Or that was something?
RGLs or generologists, you're asking when they work on the weekends, do they?
Yeah.
Is that what they supposed to do?
Well, yeah, if they do what we call a GO, if they're doing that when the trains are not running at all, it's because they're actually doing major work, either track replacement, signal upgrade, so they.
Like every year, we keep asking that summer weekend for us, it's a heavy traffic because everybody comes and so when you cancel trains on summer weekends, it's a disaster.
We didn't do that much if at all
No,
this
just that
year.
you didn't do it
Yeah,
this year.
because I made that,
September.
right,
Yeah.
know that was something, I remember that being brought up by
Yeah.
Coney Island Alliance, so worked pretty hard to make sure that didn't happen. I'm not gonna promise that's gonna be something continuing,
We had
but
the-
we making sure.
The queue. Buses.
Previous one, right?
In September, beginning of September, we had that.
This.
Second
the-
week of September,
Yeah.
right? We had, everything was dead. It was no announcements. Nobody knew what's going on.
this
Nobody
other
knew
one.
where the bus was coming.
Yes, and just to let everyone know that they were, and just so everyone know that it was on the app. And it was sent to all elected officials because Anthony's representative, which I'm not gonna say the name, because
Okay.
everyone was harassing that person. It was sent out, and I know the fact, because Barbara, I did make sure Barbara got it. And the reason was also is because Anthony, when you were just coming back, there was a concern. When they said the streets were gonna be closed, because DOT was not communicating with us, with them, and they were giving a hard time to your other column. And the buses were rerouted with signs saying where the shuttle bus is directing. And it was in Russian, because I did forward this to you, Anthony, and we did find out someone, next to 34 or 60, arrested a person ripping down signs, making it look like it's making those signs look like it was toilet paper. And it's been happening all over the city.
Okay, so.
That was very bad weekend.
Right, well, I appreciate bringing that up and thank you, Chris, for sharing that, cause yeah, usually that doesn't.
But they're using something new that they did with the G shot.
Okay, so I have noted that, so, yeah, cause usually I will get a very far advance notice if anything like that was happening, and the fact that that did occur while it's away. I will make note of that.
One of the persons sent us just before the meeting, he sent us, Craig Harmon was here earlier. He sent his.
Is he right?
Just earlier,
Mhm.
nauseum, and then a lot of meetings to keep the summer away from all kind of major constructions that will cause train delays or train cancellations and shuttle buses and all that. So actually it was discussed about the putting the summer embargo. I know MTA was resisting that because that's a time when people actually could work on certain projects and have to work on in the winter. But because of this district is rather special, in the sense that a lot of people would like to come here in the summer, not any other time of the year. So it'd be nice if not for embargo, but at least it will be, this wish will be honored. And you'll try to stay away from Tony, which you
Well,
did this
yeah.
year. You did.
Right,
But
and-
we hope that next year you're gonna do the same.
Try, because we usually our subway divisions and infrastructure team usually puts out their plans. They go 3-month intervals, so we already started for this fall, going from really October to January. And then they will do the next 3 months and so forth. So really, I think around April, well, March, April is usually around the time when they start planning for the summertime. I will also say this, because I know, our team is very well aware, we do have a division that keeps track of all the summer events and happenings within the city, whether it be sporting events here in Coney Island with the summer ridership. So they do track that, and is cognizant of when, when scheduling repairs, but since things do happen, the system runs 24/7.
That is.
That's something they have to keep in consideration. So though I'll make every effort as I did this year and promise that. Especially when they're going to be doing some signaling upgrades and things tend to happen during construction. So that's why I shared with the team and continue to share with the community, and get notices out a couple of weeks in advance. Most of the work that they were doing during the summer, it was like during a day, like taking a 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. or maybe 4 p.m. on certain lines to do the work to avoid the weekends. So that was something that they were doing and will encourage them to do hopefully next year. So they can do those repairs because they noticed based off the data from ridership, usually like a Tuesday afternoon, midday, or Wednesday, it tends to be a lot lower than on the weekends. So
Absolutely.
that's something that, are pushing our division to do.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for considering.
Mm-hmm. Okay, noise reduction. I think we discussed that, but I'll
Well,
go ahead, Angela.
History, because it goes through back like
Mhm.
7 years.
Oh, yes.
It started, so without repeating the history, noise reduction, we've been working on it since 2018. It was a law introduced for noise mitigation. We still don't see any results. So we're asking, what is the plan? We want to hear if MTA has any plans to reduce the noise, and if they do, what is the plan?
Got it. And as I share, and I will share with everyone else too, I have been speaking with our Vice President of Infrastructure, Don Gallo. So he is aware, they're going to be updating the report. There's a lot of technical jargon and stuff, so I'm trying to get the information so it can be easy to decipher and share with everyone here. They do have a plan. It's just a matter of just getting that information timeline wise and how they're going to use that. So I want to be able to present that and share that information specifically once that comes out, so that is noted.
So-
And, oh, I'm sorry, I was just gonna mention too, trying to get him to come, but the evenings don't work. So if need be, happy to schedule something maybe during the daytime and
Via
can
Zoom.
have that tune via Zoom and we
Yeah.
can
We can
have that.
correspond. He
And-
would write the response and we can
And that
read
would-
it. That's will be the best. We don't want to waste his time. We just want to see the answer. We want to see the plan.
Yeah.
What is it? And one thing I want to mention that it is a simple remedy to the screeching when the F train makes turn. It just simply slow down. And it was done before when we had a concert in Asserlivy Park.
Mhm.
All the trains were slowing down to 5 miles per hour. It was very quiet. So, but when the train is going with a 15 miles per hour
30.
speed, 30,
13.
13,
I knew that.
Okay.
this screeching is
29, 30, they go.
so
They
it
go
goes to
fast.
110 decibels, which is a jet flying. And that's what we're hearing. So it's just very simple. Cost $0. Just slow down.
We understand that that might slow down the trains,
Mhm.
but there's like,
Yeah,
it's just
I hear
one little thing they say, like, we have a person who lives in Tom Tree. He actually goes and he measures the speed. He has a device with him. So he measures the speed at which they're going. And where the transformer is standing,
The substation near
Yes,
the
I think-
HSN? Yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
it was a sign before there, 5 miles per hour. Maybe it'd be nice to put, okay, not 5, it's 10 miles per hour for the operator who train, just for a few seconds to slow the speed. Because they're going on the incline
Mhm.
and that will increase the speed.
Hmm.
So not to interfere with train schedule, we don't want that. But
Maybe
just for a
off-peak
few
hours.
seconds, or for a few seconds, just slow the speed and they will, by inertia, they will go. So if you can.
Just one question, make sure you make it clear what direction.
I think they want both because that's
Well,
entering and exiting.
Yeah, coming
Going
in,
to-
coming in,
yeah.
yeah, coming in, yeah.
Okay.
So
So
it's
coming in
fast,
is
yeah,
the
it's going
issue, not
fast.
going out.
Going out is slow already. It's slow already. Yeah,
It go-
Yeah, because it's.
Yeah.
That's the last time.
yeah, it's all
So-
coming in.
But put
coming
the
in,
signage for
going
the
out.
operator, just to remind him.
So
To
we
slow
I
down.
understand like rush hours a problem, but off rush hours maybe it's not
Yeah,
gonna be
they-
such a problem, especially at nighttime. After
Yeah.
after 9 p.m., 10 p.m.
Station can stand. Okay, thank you so much for considering that.
The devil on that. Okay.
Talking about the redesign, right?
Oh, I was the temporary, well, before I get to that, I see you have status of temporary protective mesh barrier at West
Oh, yeah.
8.
Oh, yeah,
For the
yeah.
northbound queue platform, I actually am waiting for a result from our station GM, Joseph, on that. To be honest, he has not given me a firm answer if that's something they can do. He is aware of the concerns and the issues safety wise, especially throwing stuff off. I think it was brought up that it could be some sort of a cost. He didn't give a number. But that's something I'm gonna have to push on. 'Cause
If it's
they have,
something reasonable, not a $2 million.
well,
We could maybe find the support. We maybe find the support from elected officials, maybe for that cost, but something like 2 million, it's totally unreasonable to get from any
Just to be clear, what you're saying, what you're asking for is a.
temporary mesh.
some mesh, so-
Protection from the
right.
cars.
There's been,
Yeah, okay.
It's so, for the people who on the Zoom, there is a very unsafe situation on the train station going northbound queue, the upper platform, when the kids, especially after school, they're just standing and they just throw stuff. We have videos and stuff, they're just targeting people and targeting cars passing by. And because the platform is so low that anybody could just bend over it, it's actually unsafe for the kids too, because they could bend over and just topple down. Yeah, and which we have a lot of truck fires today.
That's when, once the traffic goes up, that means no queue will be going through until it's cleared.
Yeah, so we would appreciate if there's any temporary measure because it looks like the measure that's permanent is too expensive. Cleaning schedule, yes.
Next.
Well, I didn't put it on cleaning schedule. I figured that we're gonna talk offline because this is only.
That's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
And
Brooklyn bus redesign, that's still in the works. I have no real updates on that because our Brooklyn, just to share, we just now have wrapped up and finished up with the Queens bus redesign implementation that's fully implemented. The project team that is working on that or did work on that is now working on getting Brooklyn bus redesign into place. We have a schedule
For the
that for
public input.
you're right, that the public will be weighing in. It will be a very, once that starts up, a very robust and input, workshops, forums, you name it, all community boards throughout the borough will be heavily involved. So it's usually, I know with Queens, it took about a couple of years, so I'm imagining the same thing will be that Brooklyn because of the level of work that's going to be needed to be done for the rerouting and redesign of the network. So
Okay.
I would
We
say
have
to stay tuned.
we have a
on that.
question.
Okay.
It's true.
Hey,
Unmute.
hi. Sorry for the noise in the back. I don't have my headphone and I'm in the city and I couldn't miss this meeting. Thank you for having me. Quick question. I have a couple of them. Let's just roll back a little bit on the subways. Our station, Stillwell, really needs to be looked at again because again, two things. When you stand waiting for the bus beneath the subway system, you get wet. You get wet all the time. That needs to be resolved because, and I'm going to tell you now, if you don't know, in the past, people were literally standing between the cars when they were able to and pissing between the cars, and then the water can just go downstairs. We have a bus area where it is almost the whole top of it is almost caved in, and no one has bothered to even try to fix it. It's so obvious it needs repairs. I don't know what transit need in order to even look, say, hey, let's just do this. We shouldn't have to ask. It's there. So that's one of the things that in regards to the trains. In regards to the redesign, I read the redesign. I actually gave my input already. Not happy with it, just to be clear. I am very not happy with it. But my focus, there's a lot of things that's wrong. I really think that people need to really walk and ride our subway stations before they start redesigning things. But anyway, my focus is the express bus. I am asking, I'm pleading, and this is my, I don't know, I'll continue to do so. Coney Island residents are paying more to ride that express bus than other people. Your bus comes most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, stops where Chipotle is. We only get one transfer. There's a lot of people that lives on the West End, all the way down. We got to pay an additional fare. That's not fair to us. And if we use the bus very late, mind you, the 74 bus finished running. Now you got to pay a cab fare from where Chipotle is to get to your house. I think that's unfair. I think that needs to be rethought about again, making perhaps the bus come all the way to Mermaid or somewhere where there's a better connection. Better yet, revert it to where it used to be, let it come down all the way to 37 and Neptune so people can go to their homes. That brings me to two more points. Surf Avenue, as much as the bus design thinks it's safe, it's really not. If somebody wants to rob you, they'll rob you, and it doesn't matter. But what does matter is that the elements, you're open to the elements on Surf Avenue and 37th Street. They let you off the bus, and sometimes you have to wait 20 minutes on a cold day. That is not, how do you say, that is not pretty. It's freezing cold, and you have to wait for a bus. They just kick you off, and there it is. I am asking if the express bus, if you can officially make Neptune and 37th Street the last stop of the express bus, especially when they know after that they're not going back to Manhattan. They're going back to the depot. Some guys do it, but they said that it's not official. And if you get hurt, then it's a problem. Can that officially be done? And I think I covered most of everything, except the fact that I don't understand why you only partially covered my bus stop with concrete and leave like a patch of dirt for nothing. For no reason. But anyway.
All right, question. Express bus, which express bus are you talking about?
28,
38 and 28.
38 and 28.
And the 20 and 38, they do a half, some in a Canal Avenue, some go to Coney Island. What she's looking at, the old plan was they were gonna discontinue it to go to Coney Island.
Yes.
Okay,
And the problem is a lot of the communities over here did complain about it,
okay,
like a thunderstorm. That was the one issue that it was mentioned. I know Lucy and the previous chairs did say they want that bus to run. The problem is this is an Oval Park issue again. The Oval
Right,
Park bus.
the Oval Park, right.
Oval Park is always canceling. And the canceling levels has been going up like 20 to 30%. You know, Demetrius mentioned it today and yesterday
Right.
at the meeting. There's been a lot of complaints.
right, okay, appreciate that, Chris.
No problem.
And you got this, Astruch was telling about letting people on the Surf Avenue, so they're letting people off in the corner, on the corner here, but the bus continue going on, so they could continue to ride people and stop at the stops, but they just saying, let's stop here and leave people there to walk.
Okay.
That's the situation.
All right, noted that, and this is the 38 and 28, correct?
That's
Yeah,
the express, but she's talking about, but then she's talking about the B36.
B36.
The 36 ends at West 37, the drivers tell last stop, and then they claim there's another bus leaving first, which
Yeah.
is not.
Okay,
Yeah, they all do that. The XD Express, 38, 28, and 36. They all do that, even though they continue. It's ridiculous. There's more people who live further down when they're going that way anyway. So let's drop people off.
Yeah, I feel like they're going this way. Ah,
no,
you got
no,
it.
I appreciate that context when it comes.
And they actually go right back to Manhattan as a light bus. They don't take customers back. That's the only bus I know that does that and the 27. PM 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If they're going back, they will take customers back. But there has been an issue that bus should have been really doing a loop and dropping people off.
Okay.
Letting anyone know for the.
All
I have
right,
another question.
we have a question from the Zoom, Tishon.
Yes, hello, good evening, Anthony. So I wanted to first start by saying that thank you for the last meeting I had attended back in March. I had mentioned about the B36 and the West 21st Street stop, not having the bus stop there. So I wanted to just thank you for bringing back the westbound bus stop there. So now the 36, the 30, 8 and the 28 can now stop on the westbound side. However, I did want to mention that the eastbound bus stop never returned. And right now I can look outside of my window and I don't see it. And it's been a problem for pretty much a year now. I just wanted to know if there's a plan to bring it back. I know originally there was an issue. I think DOT was doing some water main work at the time, and then they were doing work on the apartment building, like the foundation of it. But now that the street work is finished, there's no reason that the buses are impeded in any way. In fact, that there was also work done on the West 15th area. And that bus stop was not removed. The one that's across the street from Footprints. Even with all the heavy street work being done, they didn't remove that bus stop, but the West 21st one was, and it's been replaced with the no standing anytime sign on it.
Okay. All right, let me look in it because that took a lot of coordination work with DOT because they control all the bus stops and shelter, street furniture. That's all DOT. So I will.
I put a picture of the current stop of how it looks right now.
Anthony, send it to not just Keith, but the accessibility, because if it's West 41st, accessibility.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, thank you for bringing that up. I'm gonna note that.
Thank you. And just to give a timeline, it's been going since October 2024.
Okay.
We were able to briefly bring it back in summer of 2024, but in October, that's when they started that work and it never came back. So tomorrow will be October 2025, just to let you know.
Make sure you see the end because they were supposed to let, Ronnie was supposed to let them know. They were supposed to open both sides.
Okay.
Who's our new
All right.
representative who replaced Rhonda?
For the time being is Leroy Branch. He's temporary interim
Okay.
representative.
He's
Yeah.
good.
Yes, he's good.
Yeah, Leroy's good. Okay.
Mhm.
And I think I was on the previous lady who was commenting on the redesign. Yeah, I was just gonna mention, yeah, I know that's why Brooklyn has been saved pretty much for last based off the major feedback from the folks in the communities throughout the borough, not liking the plan that was the draft plan that was put out and why they're doing some major revisions on that. So we're continuing to hear that. And so they're supposed to be based off of that first round, making all those changes there before they present.
So next year, looks like. Okay.
Probably, but I'll keep everyone.
Because when
posted
you
on
but
that. Well,
And also, then remember you gotta also remind CC DOT also, because they need to know this too, because some stops now where, when I saw in Queens, they're merging them. Because there are some stops are like 10 feet, and then they realized, they said, we don't need this stop, and I said, well, say merge, stop saying cut.
yeah,
And then
Yeah, well-
actually, that's how the second half, the pressure went down to the floor, because they see merge. And was lack of also out on the DOT end.
yeah, well, DOT will be involved. with
Oh, no,
us.
they are. They are.
Yeah,
I know this area is gonna have fun with.
okay. All right, the joint question to MTA and DOT, update of West Sixth Street pavement. All right, question to DOT. I'm gonna leave that for DOT.
They're waiting for what do you call it, the 18-month period to finish, and then they'll
The transportation study, I mean.
put the transportation study together. I think we only have like 2 more months to put in any transportation issues. Once it is finished, they will give us the result from what their findings are. Okay?
Street
Anything else?
payment.
We have already passed that.
yeah, but the only issue is the schedule, the cleaning schedule, but we can. Respondents because
Yeah. We had an update. Well, I got an email as I was on the train heading here. So our head of mobile wash unit and station cleaning said that they clean 2 times per season. So now we're in autumn. So I did a follow-up. So are we expecting cleaning on the platform this season? They said yes, just waiting for the schedule. And I said, well, can we please share the schedule with the folks? Because that has been an ongoing ask from the community for quite some time. She's going to be the one to make that call because there has been some push and pull with our station divisions because they don't like sharing the schedule out. So that has been the big contention. So I'm trying to figure out a way to where they can at least share like, okay, the cleaning, say for example, is going to happen next week. Could I announce that or share that with the board that they can share with their community group that is coming next week versus the actual schedule?
It was a selected people. I understand,
We
but
could do
they
it with
could
management.
select management. Talk
Only
to the
management.
management.
Don't share it public, but to the management.
Okay.
Of involved area. We'd appreciate that.
There is one issue that I don't know if you've seen recently is taxi holdover on Mermaid and Stillwell. It has been moved up. Originally, it was south of where the taxi drivers are queuing up. They moved it to the other side, which is north of it. and it shouldn't be. Is there a way of bringing that sign back so that they can enforce it? Because right now, the people south of Mermaid Avenue, they're parking there. They shouldn't be parking there. And if they really wanted to queue it, north of Mermaid, on Stillwell, they have to kick all those cars out at park. What do you call it? Parallel or perpendicular to the sidewalk. So they can't have it both ways, MTA. They either, if they want to leave where the taxi queue is, which is north of it, they have to kick
North of the Stillwell
the
station, right?
Yeah, they have to kick all those cars out, and if they don't, then they have to move it back south of Mermaid and Stillwell. And all those cars that are parked there illegal, well, they're not parked there illegally, but if they're parked there, they shouldn't be there because that's the queuing station for the taxi drivers.
Eddie, when you're talking about
Mhm.
Stillwell, you're talking between Surf and Mermaid?
Yes.
When you're walking, like
Yes,
you're
going
saying,
up.
if I'm walking from the Sugar,
Yeah.
I'm walking towards the terminal.
Yep.
That's the only problem I know is that's when we have I'm sorry, Anthony, that's when we had the N or D train shuttle bus time.
Yeah, that's the
And
yes.
that was the one time you were there with me,
Yeah.
saw that issue.
Right.
Problem
was-
is, there was also an issue because you're also blocking the 36 stop.
Mm.
And then if you try
That's
to the other
right.
side with the 64, you
Right.
can't either, because the problem is the reason why it's right near Stillwell entrance, because that time, if a customer is using it because they're taking the bus, because you have some wheelchairs trying to get on, or it's a little difficult because they have to make sure they can get on the bus, because you also have to sometimes take strollers. Because that bus is a stroller pilot also in that area, so they need to have a safety net area. And the regulation is 5 feet. That's in the ADA code. A bus, if a car is like blocking the back of the bus, the driver has to make at least 5 feet to come in, if he can do it. But the only issue we're also seeing, and Anthony, I almost had a heart fit, was person's going already in the street, the bus is trying to come in, and bam, something gets hit. That's actually.
Yeah, that was during the audition when we had the bus queuing up, so that was, we did make a visual observation of that.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it was moved by somebody from the MTA. So because
MTA moved that?
Sure, it was requested by the
MTA.
And DOT said fine, and they did it, but that was I would say within the last 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
So and of course Rhonda's gone now. So
Okay,
so
alright.
I couldn't ask her to change it back because she asked me. I asked her who in MTA and she couldn't give me the answer. So it left it at that, which is fine. You know, we can start now and just say it should be moved back where it is, because if they do want to have it north, we don't mind. It's just that all of those cars have to be removed then, so that they can have a queuing station there. But they're not
Okay,
gonna move. That's all they're not gonna
Yeah.
move. Yeah, over there. Yeah. Inside, yeah.
Instead before the 82, do not go in unless it's their turn to go in, because you're also blocking the 68.
Sure.
And
the 64. No, the 64 just goes out.
That has to rest inside, because there is no other area can chill.
Yeah.
And after a certain time of night, they do let the 82 tell them when it comes late night, if you're the only bus there,
Just come
off, go around, park on your spot, but don't block the back or block the 68. And then that's what they do. Because the 68 has to go all the way to the left side. And if it's not their turn to leave, because there's another one ready to leave, that one has to go first. And that's one advantage. It's like, that's why it's more, that's an MTA turf area. This has been going on. Actually, when you were the borough president, I think I showed you this. When you were the VP, and it got a little better, but it's a homeless issue too. Or you and I discussed later.
Okay,
Because I did mention this to you last time.
all right, okay, that works. And I guess it's open. Anything?
Anyone have any more?
Yes.
I just have one more question. Who do we ask? Okay, so the bus turns from 37 and Neptune, and I think it's 36th Street to go back to Surf. It's right across from Key Food. There's a bodega at the corner. who do we need to speak to in order to prevent the cars from parking and making it difficult for the bus drivers when they're doing their turns?
Yeah.
They're always in the way. I feel so sorry for them. And in some cases, right, in some cases, they can't even do the turn and they have to go straight.
Yeah, I mean, that's with the 60 precinct, and it depends on when it's actually happened because they have to catch them in the action. Because what good is it, if
Yeah,
they're
what's the time period?
the
Well,
time
most of the
period.
time that they move in the weekday is in the morning. It's in the mornings, okay? But in the week, but
Yes.
on the weekend, it's every what? I think we moved every hour in the weekend. But the problem is again, can we put a bigger, a yellow thing on the, in some places where you have a yellow signage saying, a paint saying no parking or something, so they can actually see that they're not supposed to park. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough foolproof, but at least they can see it. There's really nothing there saying no, really parking.
We got to take a look at it and see what they could do. But also we need you to call 311 to let them know that someone's blocking that side for the buses to turn.
All right, so
Can
I'll
you
take pictures. Yeah, I can start taking pictures. You know me, Eddie.
take pictures? They'll love it. They'll love it.
I'll take pictures. You
Okay.
know me. I already have my pictures for the issues with the Stillwell. So there you go.
You got it.
Great, have a question?
Yes, great.
Okay, can I have a question?
Wait, Fanya, hold on. We have someone here front.
Let me do my quick
Yes.
person. And then I'll jump in. So this isn't on your list and, I don't know if you have an update. But in 2005, when Stillwell was reopened, rechristened, we had this solar project in place there. It was knocked out during Sandy. Any idea when that's gonna be coming back online, how that's gonna be coming back online? Can you give us an update? Is there any pressure that we need to apply anywhere to get that done?
Okay, great question, because this is new to me, Craig, so there was a solar.
It's always been solar.
That's all.
The station's
Oh, they kind of,
Yeah.
okay.
So let that be a short issue and then.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Fanya. Unmute. Oh, there it goes. Can you unmute Fanya?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Hello, Department of Transportation. I'm so glad that finally I can talk to you, make some comments, and have a question for you. The comments is that I am a resident of Brighton Beach, and I'm very heavy user of public transportation, especially trains, B and Q. And I've noticed that for years the train stations were not clean, and then I've noticed that now they're at least are cleaned once in a while, and I want you to continue to clean them and keep it clean because it's a lot better. It just makes you feel better to ride the public transportation. Another thing is, if you know Brighton Beach Avenue, there is along that Brighton Beach Avenue, all these 14 blocks, there is an overpass, the train U, Q, and B. Mainly it's Q. And the pillars are so dirty. So they need paint. They just scream, paint me. They're rusty. And probably it's even unsafe to keep them so rusty. I remember that years ago, the department did some painting overhead, but I don't believe they did any pillars. Do you know of any schedule to paint this part of train? And another thing, noise. I don't know what we're gonna do with the noise, but if you're in a Brighton Beach more than 5 minutes, the trains are just killing you with all this noise. You just have headache. I believe that's what I. Okay.
Right,
But
so, oh, yes, so
Okay.
the painting is
Oh,
what we're
painting?
looking for.
All right,
Because,
BQ crossing over Brighton Beach
yeah.
Avenue, correct?
Yes.
I just want to make sure my,
yes.
The pillars.
Yeah, it was
All right.
promised back then, but nobody ever, I guess, followed up with it.
I
Nobody
mean,
ever.
Andrew
let us-
raised the question
Yeah,
about the lead.
many
and
times.
I
Yeah,
said,
the
no,
lead,
you
yeah,
have
the
that.
lead, no, yes, there is lead, yes, the safety. Yeah, yep, yeah.
Cafeterias and people
Outdoors,
breathing
yeah.
and eating and walking on the
Kids are walking there.
Yeah,
Kids,
kids,
right. But also lead and the noise is killing us. Doesn't make us
And killing the
stronger.
business as well, because it's hard even to hear people when you're inside the store. That's how, I don't know, you said that there is a B train with a new,
yeah,
new line.
the new.
I don't know if
original art
people
field
feel
with
the
it.
different, I don't, but no, we hope that it will be. And again, like she said, mainly Q, so Q continue rumbling with the old fleet, so you would not distinguish is anything better or worse because both of them coming at the same time. And
Yeah,
Okay, great.
that's the question.
Can I
yeah.
add? Can I add? Can I add a little bit? You are doing some work there. What are you doing? Are you changing the rails? Because there are some work and everything is blocked sometime during the day.
Oh, there's like a middle of the street is blocked, so you have to go through the close to the ocean to the.
There is some work.
There's some work going
Some
on.
work
There.
on Brighton.
But do you know?
Yeah.
And the BQ or along, because I know that,
It's
we've been
Brighton Beach.
between.
This is Brighton Beach Station, Brighton Beach Avenue Station. You don't.
That was 2 weeks ago.
It's a little bit
Right.
tourist there.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
Right.
They had,
Yeah,
track
that's
work.
done.
They had to
Yeah.
do track work there
Right.
and also at Ships Up Bay.
Okay.
They're still
Okay.
working on it. They're still working on it.
Yeah, it's finished now. It's finished now.
It's finished. Oh, okay. Okay.
No, it doesn't
It's
fit.
just that
Yep.
he comes in,
Okay.
which is the Coney Island bound side, but that has not affected anything else because
Okay.
they're just doing the other parts that they fix. But that's something we already mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
So I guess this is a matter of new business that, asked committee for consideration to, adopt a motion. Going back to what was discussed earlier, the previous requests that have been brought up for a summer embargo, specifically on weekends from May through October. And the motion that I'm asking somebody from the committee to introduce, because I can't do that, has to come from the committee, that the MTA implement a summer embargo period on weekends, May through October, for planned construction projects that would temporarily reduce capacity on the subway lines that terminate at Stillwell Avenue. And, because we didn't get to this part, and that they instead explore ways to enhance ridership capacity, like bringing G service down and adding weekend B service during the same embargo period. I'd like the community board to actually be on record with something in writing, because this is something that we've asked for time and again. And every time we bring it up, we're just basically pressing the reset button and we're not getting it. But at least if we have a letter in writing, then we can go back to it at some future point. If we don't get a satisfactory answer from the MTA, then we're going to begin to document this so that we can actually move forward with this issue. So I'm asking if somebody from the committee would consider introducing the motion so that it can be presented to the community board and voted on at their next meeting.
Anybody wants to make a motion on that?
So the motion to introduce
A summer embargo.
summer embargo is
I have it in
on
writing.
being.
if you want.
Okay.
You send it to us. Okay.
Yeah, I sent it out, but we didn't print it out. separate.
Well, can it be done,
I
Anthony?
checked with your parliamentarian and he said as long as a member of the committee introduces it, since it was discussed previously, it would be an appropriate motion to consider.
Okay, can I clear up on the G service, where the G service will be going from Stillwell up where the.
It's instead of F
The
probably.
G and the F share a line
Okay,
further north.
G is only a 5-car train.
But and the G actually would be connecting a whole new branch of the communities in northern Brooklyn down to Coney Island. I like to think of it as a hipster pipeline to bring people from Williamsburg down to use the beach without having to rely on personal vehicles so they don't have to drive. And it was done once before, actually at the beginning of COVID, as an experiment, and it worked.
Yes.
And it worked.
I don't
And it
know.
worked. So the more train service we can build up over the summer, the less vehicles that come into the community. This is one way of addressing the summer congestion in Coney Island. One way.
Is it a motion or is it a request?
It's a motion because you need to be on record with this, because we keep talking about it and not getting anywhere.
The other problem is the B is already, the B train is.
We're just gonna ask, Chris, they're probably gonna come back with some reasons why it can't be done, but at least we get to advance the conversation to the next.
No, I understand what you're saying, Craig, but I'm just saying, I'm only mentioning the B, I didn't mention the G, I'm mentioning the B because if the Q is, let's say, having a problem, the B is the backup train that's already comes down, but if the Q is messed up, B does come into Coney Island if an emergency train, just like the W train will do as well.
So these are not impossible
Yeah.
requests, but we'd like to hear from the MTA whether or not it can be done, and if not, why it can't be done, and then maybe try and advance this conversation to the next.
So maybe instead of giving specific idea what needs to be done, we can say increase
Yeah. that's what
train
it said.
service, not just,
I said increase, enhance the capacity, for example,
oh, like bringing.
right, like the
Okay.
B and the G.
So embargo on the construction and increasing capacity. Well, that sounds like a reasonable ask.
We actually put it in a request budget to bring the
Yeah, you
bid,
did.
the bid,
Yeah.
yeah. We did. So let's introduce the motion. It's a full board need to vote on that after us anyways, correct?
Okay, so let's introduce the motion of requesting summer embargo and increasing ridership, increasing the subway capacity during the summertime from the Stillwell.
Sounds reasonable.
So
But-
anybody second it?
I'll second that.
Okay.
Somebody who used to live in Greenpoint.
Okay, Barbara, good try.
Okay,
Whoop,
Lolita,
yes.
Angela,
Yes.
Maxim,
Yes.
Douglas?
Milagros. Yes. Thank you, Milagros, I'm sorry. Okay, motion
all
carried.
right. Anything else?
Let's not talk about B74. I noticed that last Wednesday, I was taking the bus and over here from West 12th Street to West 10th Street, bus number 36 stopped out of service. There was 9 buses there. Therefore, it covers the bus stop. So when you go get the bus, you have to either go in the street so the bus could stop because it's covering the stop. So what could be done about that? I mean, I had to go in the street to stop the other bus that was going, which to me is dangerous, but it's the only way I could have done it. Because all the buses are there, how could they see that somebody's?
Yeah, there was shuttle bus. It was during the
Oh,
shuttle bus,
shuttle.
they're queuing up.
I don't know why so many,
okay.
36 buses
I think
there.
that was the D shuttle. Because they always
Yeah.
put them in the wrong spot, because normally the D shuttle always goes to its 64.
Right.
I don't know
So
why
that
is it
was the
buses
queuing
shut?
issue there with the
That's
buses.
how many
Okay.
people. And if it's the D shuttle, the N shuttle, because a lot of customers, if it's the N shuttle, it's a lot. Because customers who do get off at 86th Street will take the shuttle bus to the next stop. And it depends. Okay, kind of mid-geo. I just don't know why it's over there because that's actually, they know better. They're supposed to have access for the regular bus.
And that was on what, Marie or Sir?
Sir,
Sir.
yeah.
By the Avenue stop going, B36 going towards she was at Bay Valley. So those 9 buses were blocking and Badger, I don't think he was there. They know better to keep that area.
Anybody else have any questions or
I-
concerns?
I do. My first meeting ever, so I'm just like learning a lot of information. I have a question. On the Ocean Avenue Q train, there are these beautiful, I don't know how to call them, barrels, the statues.
Ocean Park.
Ocean Park, yes. Some of the most beautiful artwork in all of MTA, but they're so dirty that you can't even like see them and appreciate the beauty. Is there a way that those can be cleaned? Like,
Yeah, definitely they can.
No,
That's
these
right in front
stained
of.
It's aluminum.
Under the.
no. It's when you're actual Ocean Park on both sides, they're on the pillars.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, on the outside, on the outside, on the outside, yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
They graffiti it, yeah. Sure, yes, yes. The arch, the archway, yeah. Yeah, the archway there, yeah. No, okay.
Okay,
Yeah, some graffiti.
they can't be clean. As I'm trying to sort out with the cleaning, with website, I will certainly bring that up to our cleaning crew to see how that can be done and
Yeah.
make sure that the area.
Yeah, actually, there's been a pieces of that bridge falling down. I've seen them on Ocean Parkway.
Mm.
When you cross, you could see from that bridge the stuff like concrete, pieces of concrete fell down. So once you're doing that cleaning, you might as well do a little restoration as well.
It's a picture. Of that. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna share with
yeah.
yeah, because I
Definitely send a
wanna
picture.
be able to.
Your homework, Max.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
look at that, when you look at making that picture, you could see that
Yes.
things
Oh,
that
is it?
that's
Okay.
been fallen. Yeah.
Oh,
Concrete.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, falls right on the road, actually. But it could hit somebody. It's small pieces, yes,
Yeah.
okay, but I've seen.
Yeah,
Bigger.
mermaids.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Could do that.
Okay,
And
hi.
it's- oh, yes,
I
go
have
ahead, Stu.
one last question. Do you see in the future, somewhere down some years, I don't know if we have the money, that we can put an elevator? I know we have ramps on Stillwell, but it's very exhausting. I've seen people being very exhausting, even going up the ramp, going upwards to the platform, in wheelchairs as well as pushing carts. Would there ever be an elevator from the ground that takes us up, like in other stops where they're making elevators?
Mhm. Go ahead, Chris. It's your.
I got that one, because we,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
no,
was just-
because there is a history on that station. Edith knew about this too.
Okay.
Problem is, when this is before you even I knew you, Anthony, but this was when I just started 2 years, 15 years ago. The problem with the station at that Stillwell is when the original elevator was on the, well, now it's the D platform, was actually one shot up to the D. Now it's up from the end, you have to go through the ramp. And just so everyone know, the ramp has been updated because it doesn't go straight up. It has to go lip, lip, lip,
Yeah.
and lip. And it does have control because a walker, which I can say my own mother, who has a walker, does stop in the middle or stops another feet because there is at least a feet that goes up. The easiest one to go to is more on the end. The only issue is the D does not have a full safety ramp because it goes to a staircase and then that's it. The problem is, MT Accessibility has been doing some new adjustments to the newer ramps, like Avenue H on the Manhattan side. That has a different lip, but it does have a grip, so you can stop. Because we have seen that, and I know what's her name's not here, who's just here.
Oh,
After-
yeah.
She's been having issues with this, and I have brought this up to Q, and I did bring this up to Nick.
Okay.
Because there are some people having a little trouble going up, but at the same time, I just think we need to, when we do the ramps, they need to be a little more more, not with lighting, but on the floor, so it tells them this is like lip. Then you go up a little, another lip, because it elevates them up.
So you just like a sign? Or
No, we're not gonna use the signs, we're gonna use like a special, I'm gonna say tape, because it's a very hard name to say. That it does tell them where the hump, because not everyone who can see or can feel on their feet. Means it is a little scratchy, but it does help them to know, they know that's a person who's blind or visually partially blind can feel it. And we've been trying this out right now in Manhattan. It was the first pilot at J Street Metro. But Anthony, you were there when with the former borough president, which is no longer our mayor now at that same year. We've been, let's not clap right now, because we're in a community room, we'll say that later. But it's been tried out for accessibility. Now we just gotta try to can we try that out in Coney Island, because that is the other only station right now has a ramp and it's eternal. And there's been some
Okay.
safety issues, but when everyone's getting off the train, mob scene goes like they don't have respect. And I'm not talking about kids, I'm talking about adults too.
Okay.
But regarding elevators, some stations will get elevators. Brighton Beach is on the waiting list.
Yes, it is. And to the point, for Stillwell, it, I will say it won't be happening in this current capital plan. Could be something considered for the next one.
Yeah,
So we're talking that will probably be 2030 to 2030, 2035. As our capital plan for the stations for that are getting the ADA. Accessibility has already been determined, funded, and in the project. Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
all right, that's it.
Any, I mean,
Any
I've
other
already
questions?
brought the new business, so
Yes, that was under new business. Yes. That's it.
could you make a motion to end the
Adjourn.
meeting?
And I'll make a motion to the meeting.
That's it.
Anybody wants to second it?
Yes,
Okay.
they all second.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Transit Board Committee.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Drummond. Thank you very much.